I feel like Riza obviously super able to kite with Queen of Pain to help. My only question here is, I'm assuming it's the support Batrider. It could also be a bunch of interesting things to bring up. We have L again on that Bane, Supreme on the Death Prophet, Exotic Deer on the carry, Wraith King, and we have a little bit of an engagement. It's just poking at people, but if they get enough stacks here, they may actually be able to kill off Supreme, damage being stolen, and Exotic Deer with the body block now puts napalm stacks on himself as well. Supreme, I think 2 more auto attacks may do it, and Dazzle went with the heal, 1 more on Supreme, and gonna tick out to the Quap damage, so a nice start for the lineup, and they might be able to get more. Exotic Deer has 6 sticky napalm stacks. I think he's going down to these autos. 1 more auto, goodbye Exotic Deer, so maybe the Slithering Crushes. So I also wanted to discuss Kuroki's item build. He went for really greedy items. I think they really sacked the Wyvern. You can see the Wyvern just has 2 Ironwood branches and a Clarity, because he had to buy, I think, most of the wards and extra regen, because Kuro, when he started out, had like a Surflet and so on, and oh goodness, they going in again. Gyrocopter does manage to pick up Slaughter in the top lane, but we have a Firefly.
Looking around quite a lot. What you're saying about the slightly greedy Queen of Pain build, I mean, Winter Wyvern is like one of the best suited heroes at playing the sort of 6 or 7 position support. Broky's actually gotten slept up here, but I think for the stun, yeah, they kill it.
Okay, he went down very quickly, clicking over, seeing the heal bomb coming off, and L actually taking a lot of damage. I have to say, I really like the Bane support, obviously seeing a lot.
Wyvern could just heal up the person he goes for. He's not going to be able to go for the Queen of Pain on his own, he's going to need help with that.
And speaking of going, Mind Control taking quite a bit of damage here. They also have the Brain Sap still. I think they get the kill. And now Kuroki, he needs to blink away. Easy escape for him, but unfortunate that they lost their offlaner. And yeah, it does feel like Alternate's lineup is a bit harder to execute. While Death Prophet is always well known as that hero who can just kind of stand there and output damage, I think making sure that the
say that would be like if you're gonna go for Maelstrom, it's not just gonna be because of the Wyvern. I mean, that is a nice little benefit, but he's actually being thrown on right now. He's not level 6. This is a great time to go Wraith King. He's got the Shallow Grave, but I don't think that's gonna be enough to keep him alive at all. In fact, Dazzle might die with him.
Yeah, Dazzle has to be really careful here. The Wraith King does go down. They're thinking about going for more, and with Matumba Man coming in, Rocket Barrage, goodbye Dazzle. Scream as well. I think Kuro trying to take one of those, right? Matumba Man's a hero. Maybe he's not getting as much as he wants out of top lane, although as I say that, he's at 50 CS 8 minutes in, so he's clearly having a blast. He can just come bottom and get some kills there, and then maybe come mid and get some kills there.
Attax is being dived.
Yeah, he's gonna stop taking any sort of damage. The Brain Sap on cooldown. They can also Nightmare him in place if they were so worried. A nice Splinter Blast Nisha. They have to toggle the aggro off of him, but whoever's coming in the Quap is gonna get an easy kill there, and without the Brain Sap for 3 more seconds. Actually, L thinking about going for it because we got a Dazzle. He wants to stand up and close. Kuro has the blink away though, and he gets out on
that early value and like levels and manage to get things done.
Yeah, and it's just the little things you mentioned. They're going in on Supreme. They have the lasso. They've got the damage steal from the static link. Supreme's gonna maybe be able to walk it off though. Slithering Crush and amp damage coming out onto Fodder. He does have a DD, but they're going in. And if they have a Brain Sap on, Nightmare gonna set up the kill. Let's see if Mind Control will go down too.
Yeah, the problem right now, I think, is not about the Death Prophet, it's about the Wraith King. I mean, sure, if she'd been dying, it would be a bigger problem. You're asking, is he gonna go Maelstrom? I don't even think we get to the discussion on what he's gonna buy. It's okay. Attax is caught again.
I think he's Arctic boning over the side. Can they hit him right there? Oh goodness, they can, and the heal bomb comes out. Of course, being physical damage, amp damage.
Is one carry that really doesn't like to be behind, so his team wants to get him back ahead as soon as possible. Like, he doesn't want to be picking up an item after the enemy core picks up an item each time.
Isha is making interesting life choices, losing a lot of damage, but now that they have the Beam Strip, Fodder should be falling. They need a few more auto attacks. Brain Sap gonna be what gets him off. Kills him, and the ult there. I think he was worried that more people would come in.
Yeah, it's actually a tough call. I think he should have used the ult but late.
Supreme is going down. Winter's Curse, double hit by the cooldown, and yeah.
You know, you're talking about...
Takes extra damage when he tries to get up in your face. He's going to be punished, and all good
yeah.
going on behind this tower. Slithering Crush doesn't hit on anyone. L realizing they need to get out there, fighting under a tier 1 tower where a lot of members of Liquid can get back in. The cooldown going to zone them. L goes for the TP, doesn't manage to get it off, and neither does Dazzle. Really not the fight they want.
Paid the price.
It's really dangerous to go under these tier 1s, right? There's so many places, especially in mid, because of how close the towers are. You can TP to the tier 2 and basically be like TPing to the tier 1 because of how close you are, and then of course the reduced TP cooldown. So, taking a look at the net worth, this puts Liquid in a very dominant position. They're approaching almost 5,000 net worth lead and over 3,000 experience lead, I say, as again, this Nisha trying to go on the Wyvern, but Winter's Curse coming out. They're gonna get one more auto attack. Oh, it goes with the Slithering Crush. Goodbye, Nisha. I also feel like it's really ambitious to go on a Wyvern who has died recently. He's also been able to farm a little bit in bottom. Looks like he's going for that Blade Mail. And as I say, this cooldown, Fiend's Grip, El may just burn out. No, doesn't quite die to the cooldown, but the Hadouken and Queen of Pain coming in. I don't think Exotic Deer is getting anything. He does have backup, so the second life shouldn't be in vain. And Jarex doesn't have the Winter's Curse. They get the Slithering Crush off of Kuroki, but he'll just blink away the moment he's up. And now Exotic Deer, as I jinxed him, saying he wasn't going to go down. Going to take a tumble here. Fodder looking for Robert as well. One more auto attack. They get it. Yule's actually up. Supreme trying to do some damage. Matumbaman goes down on the backlines, but they kill off the Slaughter for his insolence and Fodder. I'm not sure they can catch him. He has that bonus move speed. He has some points in unstable current. Crypt Swarm does get the kill. So ends up being and a blink. He going to be just fine, and Wyvern should be able to flap away. Although Octopus is on cooldown for a while, Slithering Crush does come out. They've killed off the tier 2 tower mid, so maybe they have enough damage, and one more auto attack should do it on Jarex. Uses the Cold Embrace at the last second, but Crypt Swarm more than enough to deal with that. So a nice
gold to play almost like a core cop, and they're smoking down to kill Red King again because they know he's ulting down at level 1.
Yeah, Red King's going to take a tumble here. He can try as he might, but just walking it off. Saving Grace, Slaughter very close to that blink.
And it's like slightly shorter range, but she's really fast and she has a huge mana pool.
A lot of the time you self-healers.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she's gonna do. She's gonna self-use during the call.
They try to go for a Fiend's Grip onto Matumbaman, but he is not alone. Never alone, and instead Bane going to be giving up his life, trying to keep it alive for a while. We actually have the Exorcism coming out, and Matumbaman melts. We do have the Winter's Curse, but of course these own spirits do not attack, and Supreme has a DD as well. Looking to get more on this Wyvern. At the same time, if Cold Embrace will stop a lot of that, but once the Cold Embrace is done, will there be a turnaround from Liquid? Jarex melting. Kuro thinking about going in. Silence does come out. Does have a blink though the moment the Silence is done. They need a Slithering Crush to hold her in place. Not able to get it, and Razor coming in on the backlines, trying to do some work onto Robert. Fodder may have overstepped his bounds. These two heroes both really fast. Spirits unable to latch, and I think Fodder gets out just fine. And now actually it is Nisha who might be in a bad position. I'm not sure that they know he's up there. Oh, Kuro blinks. Nisha sees it. Nisha going in for the auto attacks even with the slow. Can Nisha get it? No, he's going to be pushed backwards. Sonic Wave to make sure he doesn't go down, and Kuro won't spot them, but it's going down quickly because Matumbaman, of course, he had a DD for a good portion of that. But Slaughter, he's going in. The smoke has been broken. He gets the stun onto Matumbaman. He's going to take probably a Rocket Barrage, but they do the pull down. They've also got the Exorcism flying around. Matumbaman dies. Slaughter now doing a lot of damage to Robert. He's going to go for the TP out, and now they're working in on Jarex, but oh goodness, Robert has stopped his TP. And it looks like they're trying to take the Roshan. They do have Exorcism out, so it wouldn't be a bad thing. And if they can kill up Jarex, they don't have to worry about that Winter's Curse. So a big turnaround for Ultimate. At the same time, they have to secure this Roshan, and Fodder coming in. Fiend's Grip onto him. They get the Roshan. Kuro unable to steal it, but a big Sonic Wave. A lot of people taking a lot of damage. Exotic Deer has boned one life, and now he's getting the crits onto Kuroki. They kill off the Razor as well. Somehow, out of nowhere. Not really out of nowhere. I mean, part of that was a 2v4. Look, Alternate, take a big team fight off of Quid.
There's a very big mistake made by Liquid that caused that to happen, and what?
Maybe another one. Yeah, Slithering Curse. They have more than enough lockdown. I mean,
it's the same player, by the way. I mean, I don't know if mind control's
devastating. They were 7,500 gold ahead. Now they're maybe 2,000 gold ahead. I mean, look at this swing, and that's off one team fight. They also have the Roshan. They're gonna get a kill on Exotic D. He doesn't have an ult, so he falls. I wanted you to look at
Jarex. One of them's probably gonna get caught here.
Yeah, I think it's Jarex because, I mean, on one hand, it's unfortunate that Jarex keeps dying. On the other hand, I think it's fantastic that he's the one who's eaten. I think this is like the third smoke he's been the...
Yeah, I don't know. The game's evened out quite substantially. I still think draft-wise that Liquid are maybe a bit favored, but is mind control gonna get picked off here?
He's getting a lot of damage thrown to him with that Blade Mail, but I actually think that Ultimate, if they go in any deeper, they're going in too far. They even use the Fiend's Grip onto Mind Control, and they're thinking about going in again onto Fodder, the Nightmare. I'm not quite sure if that was meant to be on Nisha. I think the play here is get the tower and get out, but at the same time, they do have Matumbaman working on their tower up top, and Kuroki pushing in bottom, and we'd mentioned this before. Are they even going to get the mid-tower? No! A beautiful Winter's Curse. It stops so many TPs. They're maybe going to lose their Bane. He's taking a lot of damage, but there is the ult, and it melts through Kuroki. Queen of Pain brought down, and L manages to live, and on the sidelines, we're still chasing for more slaughter. If he gets off a slithering crush onto Potter here, he gets it. There's the amp damage and the physical damage from the spirits just ripping through them. I still don't understand exactly.
Liquid a lot of the time not quite on the same page. Well, they're gonna go for play together here. 3 of them running in, 2 TPing in, and
now the slithering crush on the side. Potter is being fiend stripped up. If they can get the damage, but there's also drag back from Mindful. Many heroes in this cooldown, and Supreme pretty much dead. Not gonna get off that exorcism. It's also on cooldown, so I think finally a very well won team fight for Liquid. They're gonna get all 5 for nil. So as we were saying, we're worried about their team cohesion.
fight can't happen.
Now they're really far up on alternate. I have to imagine a clash is coming. I think Kuro saw them. They throw a weave out, but it only hits on one. They manage to get the stunt on Kuro, but where is the damage? The silence comes out as well. They're doing quite a bit, a couple more auto attacks, and they pick off Kuro. But here comes the rest of the team. There's going to be a grip onto Supreme, and again, if they take off Supreme before the exorcism, but she manages to get off her Yules, the first death has been burned, and Kuro buys back. Now the exorcism is out, but Supreme immediately brought down to 0 health, has to have the shallow grave used, and I'm not sure she'll get to kill people off before she goes down. She manages to catch one, but this makes it a 3, well, technically it's a 3 for 3 now, a 3 for 4 because Kuro died twice, but they can't contest this one, just with the state of the game. So, unfortunately, not going to be able to stop this one and have a big team fight there like they did last time, but we're going to be instead seeing...
They didn't get the better trade, it's because of Kuro's dieback. He died, bought it back, died again, and he actually went for Lotus Orb too.
Yeah, we're going to see...
For a kill.
Potter, he gets stunned up. They're doing quite a bit of damage. He pops that BKB, so no more stuns, but for Roshan. But at the same time, it does feel like, and I'm sure they can feel it, there's a huge lead for gold and for Liquid. And they're going in, they're pulling out Exotic Deer. He's going to be taking a lot of damage here. He does have a secondary life, of course, being a Race King, and Nisha pops that BKB, jumps in, but everybody else will pop that BKB. Potter is being held in place, and damage on him. The exorcism's floating around, but everybody is so low. Exotic Deer, first death has gone down, and the Dazzle already going down. It means now Matumba Man, they can't touch him with that physical damage. Winters goes onto Supreme. If they take her out, everything's going on Kuro. Waiting for the Sonic Wave, waiting for the Winter's Curse to be down so he doesn't get that 70% damage reduction on all their heroes. And this may just be GG. And there we go. We're headed into a game 3.
Too bad we didn't get to see the Lotus Orb shenanigans really, but that fight was really well played by Yarax on the Winter Wyvern. He actually initially blinked away, and then just like he waited really long to use his ulti. The second blinking in, making sure Supreme goes down. So I excellently played that fight by him in particular, and yeah, I don't know. As you said, I didn't see the first game, but I do feel like in the early stages of this game, some question marks about Team Liquid and their togetherness as a team. So maybe I don't know. Maybe they're a bit rusty building their way up, and game 3 will see a fresher Liquid.